Hello, hello. Today is February 21st, and I think it's like one of my most favorite days of the year because my nephew was born on this day 3 years ago. And also a dear friend of mine, sending a shout out to Yara Sutra. It's also her birthday today. So, yeah, it's just an amazing day. And yeah, I'm going to give a few minutes, see if people can pop on live. Um, and oh, well, I can see it's not even working on my phone here, so I guess give me a second and let's see if this is watched. Let's see. I can see Becky is watching. Becky, can you comment and tell me if you can see this? Marsha's in the house. Woot woot. All right, well, you know it's going to be good if Marsha's here. So, okay, I think it's, yeah, okay, I think it's working. Okay, cool. Yay! Well, thanks so much for being here. Let me just turn this volume down in case something crazy happens. Yes, well, I'm really excited to talk to you guys, ladies, today about how to get out of the sales and lead slump that you might be in. And if you're in one, please do not blame yourself or think there's something wrong with you or think that you have to give up your business or anything like that. It's totally normal for an entrepreneur to have these ups and downs. But it's really important to do something different to get yourself out of the slump that might be happening. So for those of you who are not acquainted with me yet, I am Katie Collins, and I am a business coach for women and some amazing men who are coaches, wellness practitioners, healers, or online experts, and other amazing industries. And what I would do is really work with you to overcome the fear of visibility that is showing up so that you're not taking the action that you need to take to get yourself out there. And also overcoming the fear of sales so that your business can get to that consistent, sustainable income that you and your family can depend on. Because let me tell you, once you get to that place, it's so much easier to grow from there. So I've been saying, I help people get to a consistent 5K per month because although maybe your dream is to have, a six-figure business at some point, almost everyone I talked to said it would just be really nice to have a consistent 5K to start. So it's kind of like setting those bronze, silver, gold level goals, right? Bronze is to get to the consistent 5K. So that's what I help people do. And what I'm going to talk about today is 3 things that you can do to help yourself get out of the slump. And the reason why I felt like it was really important to do this right now is I know at the beginning of the year, we set our goals and we've got our vision for what we want to create in the year. And yet if you didn't have a very good January, it can be discouraging or feel disappointing. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to get to my sales goals by the end of the year because, I made nothing in January, something like that. And I've just had a lot of conversations lately with people that are just dear friends of mine, women that I network with, women that I'm friends with that my heart breaks when I hear about their battles, right? Or their self-doubt. And that's what I'm seeing more and more is the, hey, Matthew and Gabriella, thanks for being here. What I'm seeing more and more is that I can teach all the how-to, but if your mindset and confidence aren't in line with the things that I'm going to tell you to do, you're still not going to get that success that you want to be able to achieve. And so mindset is just as important. And I don't want to say it's more important because it's both. But it's just as important to have your mindset on track. And how to do that a lot of times is to take action and then do the positive affirmations that the action you're taking is leading you to where you want to go. Because if you're sitting on the couch in like a slump position, saying your affirmations but not doing anything because you're so bummed out you're tuned into Netflix for the day, taking a sick day, right? You see how that doesn't work very well. So you got to be willing to take some massive action to get out of the slump and do some affirmations to stay out of the slump. And I'm telling you, it doesn't take that long for things to turn around. Like literally doesn't take that long. So, all right, so I'm going into 3 things today. I've got my notes here, so excuse me for looking down. But all right, we're talking about focused effort. That's the first way. We're talking about how did I book, 25 calls in less than a month. It's only February 21st. One of the things that I did was have a very focused effort for this month. I wanted to get in front of more people. I've been doing a lot of work, and some of you that are on my email list have seen, and I love like your comments and your emails back. They just mean the world to me because there is a big step in visibility to put yourself out there and to email more than once a month. It's a big step. And, it's like the gremlins, like, oh my God, you're going to drive people crazy. And then the reality is, actually, I think what I'm writing is pretty good stuff and it's valuable. And I think people are opening it because they want to read it. So I have a really good open rate and I just so appreciate that. So anyway, I decided I really wanted to get in front of more people as I'm working through the kinks of my email funnel and freebie and all of that stuff. So I had this idea to choose something that I think I could really help people with, like in a rather fast way, and that was around speaking. Because last year, when I decided to leave the big contract that I had been working and really going out on my own and doing this myself, I decided that I knew that speaking was the fastest way for me to, get a full client load. And so I set myself out on a mission last, March, April, May-ish, and just, put myself out there. I called people that I knew. I took a bunch of different steps that I'm not going to go into today to land. I think I got like 7 or 9 speaking engagements in 1 month. I booked 7 to 9 speaking engagements throughout, over the next 6 months or so. And so I was like, anyone who's in a sales slump should be booking speaking gigs and doing workshops and doing things that bring in more people. And so I wanted to bring in more people. I wanted to talk to more people, connect with more people. And the way I wanted to do that was helping them get out of a sales slump or a lead slump that they might be in. So my focused effort was, okay, I'm going to offer 20-minute sessions to, X number of people. I had said 30. And they were going to be 20-minute sessions for how to land at least 1 speaking gig after the work that we do together. And I had a few different ways that I was going to fill those. The first one was making a list of allies, I called them. And it was another very uncomfortable thing for me to reach out to some allies and ask for support in saying, this is my project that I'm doing, and would you be willing to think of one person that could use this? And, here's the swipe copy email that you can send them. So that was one way I booked these sessions. And then another way was being super active right here on Facebook. And not only in my own group, but going to other groups and answering questions as opposed to posting my offer, right? Because a lot of times you can't post an offer anyway. You can't promote yourself. But you can certainly show up and serve and support people and just really show up as an expert. So I picked like 3, I think, groups that are full of my ideal clients. And I just showed up and started adding value. I answered people's questions and really, like as a business coach, gave my direct feedback. If they were my client, this is what I would say. And so people started recognizing my name. And then anytime someone would ask about speaking, and you can even do a search, as you know, in the group, search the word speaking and see what comes up. But I lucked out because a couple people were asking about speaking questions in these groups. And I swear that was the universe just putting right in front of me exactly what I wanted because I was so focused on the effort that I was putting forth at the end of last month and early this month. So there are speaker questions. So then I would answer their speaker question. Now, here's the line between being pushy, in my opinion, and everyone has the right to their own opinion. So it's all about being comfortable with you, right? Like you have to be comfortable with the action that you're taking. For me, I don't want to always offer something immediately once I serve someone. It just feels a little pushy to me. And when people do that to me, it's a turnoff. So what I've been doing is serving people, and then if they come back and say thank you or ask a follow-up question, then I may say, hey, I'm actually offering some free sessions that are all about this. My goal is to help 30 women in 30 days get, at least one speaking gig booked, because it's my belief that it's the fastest way to fill your client load. One of the fastest ways. And so by doing it that way, I got probably 10 booked as a result of the different groups that I'm in and me commenting and letting people know about that. And then I got a couple booked just by going to live events, like networking events or workshops. And if I had the chance to introduce myself, then I would mention that I was in the middle of this project, and if anybody knew anyone that would like one of these sessions, or if they'd like it themselves, to let me know. So that was my very focused effort to do a very specific thing. And all of my kind of online and offline networking went funneled into this very specific thing. So the next thing I want to talk about is adding value in groups. And, I really kind of went into it already with the other one, but just to say, I think there's a difference between, I see a lot of people posting pictures, memes, images, that kind of thing, and like a quote or, a big long lesson about why you have to do a certain thing a certain way, or a how-to of some sort. And while they're interesting, and I have read some people's that I think, oh yeah, that was good content. When someone sees a really long post like that, they're not even necessarily going to read it all. And when they're not looking for that answer, it doesn't land as well as when you answer someone's question. So that to me is the difference between, when you're showing up to add value to a group, I think you get a bigger bang for your buck by answering others' questions on a thread than you do by posting a post and being an expert in that way. And I'm not saying that other way doesn't work. I'm sure that it does. I'm just saying that I think you build greater connection when you're actually addressing the specific questions that people are asking. And lots of women are reading these threads, even if they're not commenting. They are reading them. And so make sure that you're getting yourself visible and answer questions and be available for people. Because if you're seen as a woman that's helping other women rise up, right? That's the connection that we're looking for. That's the type of person that I'm certainly looking for to work with. And the third thing I wanted to mention, because I had mentioned, and I had these other, wins, because that really booking, 25 calls in a month felt like a huge win for me. So funny, you guys, my phone is still not loading this video, so I hope no one else is trying to access it. Okay. Oh, funny. Now it's loading. Okay. I don't know why, but I can't see everybody's comments on this thing that I'm using, this software. So, yeah, it won't play. Weird. All right. Anyway. So the other couple of wins that I had, and just the lesson that I got that I want to share with you. It's going for opportunities that are around you, but also being the magnetic person that sees those opportunities. So what do I mean by that? So I am a referral queen. I refer people all the time. I know a lot of people, right? I've worked with over 200 clients so far. I have a really good memory of names and what people do. Of course, I've got client, notes that I can go back to and refer to, but I love connecting. That is my gift. It is engaging and connecting with people. And so I feel like because I'm such a good connector and I'm bringing people together, I feel like even if those people aren't necessarily bringing leads back to me, which is kind of the normal I think, human expectation, like, well, I did good for her, how come I'm not getting anything back in return? Even though that's a natural thing, I would just eliminate that and know karma works differently. And while you may not get something from that specific person that you just gave a $6,000 sale to, doesn't mean you're not going to be gifted with karma in other areas, right? So I saw a post. It's funny. I used to be like, oh, don't waste my time on social media. But social media is where people are hanging out. So I've been spending a lot of dedicated time doing connections on social media. So I'm in a lot of groups. And so I saw someone post an opportunity in a group. And it's funny, I had said this in another Facebook Live. I had skipped over what the parameters were for the type of person they were looking for. And I swear, like, it was like my guides were like, oh, don't read that because it might knock you off your game. So I applied for it, and I just found out that I got it. And so I'm going to be in a coach's corner of a rather prestigious women's conference here in Denver for women that are in the decades of 40 and 50 years old. And I'm really excited about serving that group because that group has sometimes has struggles with technology or social media in general, right? It's like thank God, we weren't using that in high school or college. And I say thank God because I don't want some of the stuff I was up to in college, especially on Facebook. So but anyway, so people don't understand social media or the technology that's available to them because it just hasn't been a part of their life, our lives, this whole time. When is the conference? It is next month. It's March 21st to the 23rd here in Denver. And I'll put a link, and I'm going to talk about it in the group anyway, but I'll put a link in here. Thank you for asking. So anyway, so I got a coach's corner opportunity, and I think that means I'm getting introduced from stage, but I'm definitely getting in their marketing and that kind of thing. So huge visibility opportunity for me, and just a nice prestigious yes, right? The thing I hadn't seen was they wanted somebody with 8 years experience, and I'm on my 6th year. So I felt like that's okay, right? But I think a lot of women would take themselves out because, they follow rules, and the rules were you needed 8 years. So that's what I'm saying. Like, look for the opportunities around you and just go for them. You never know. I got another conference opportunity last year for the same reason. In a Facebook group, somebody posted, I'm doing a conference, I'm looking for speakers. I piped in, she liked my topic, and I got chosen, right? So just really like not coming at social media like it's a waste of time, but instead looking and mining for opportunities in social media and then passing along the information to a friend also, because also that karma comes back to you. So I did that. I had I knew they needed another coach that does something different than I do at this event, and I knew the perfect person. And I dropped her name, I contacted her, she said yes, I made the connection, she got the gig, right? So all that, ladies, this is karma. Ladies and amazing gentlemen that are in this group. Okay, so going for the opportunities around you. So another one is I love sales. You may know that about me. I love doing sales at events. I love helping people say yes to their dreams, kind of cross the threshold of their fear and paying for a program that feels really good to them. I am not a convincer. I'm not here to make somebody make a decision that they're not really sure about and go home and regret it. That is not what I do. I listen and really, I know the program that I'm selling really well, depending on what I'm selling, and I listen to what they're looking for, and if I think it's a good match, then I tell them that, and I help them get to their yes. And it's just, I love it, and I love being a part of a team. So part of leaving the contract job that I had has created a little bit of loneliness for me, where I miss my team. I miss that connection. I sit in this office many hours, many days in a row. And, social media connection is great and all, but that face-to-face is really nice too. So I just got hired by another company to do sales for them. And it's a really great compensation package for me. And so I feel like I've really, moved away from something that I felt like wasn't allowing me to grow and moved into something that's allowing me to grow even more. So again, knowing what you want to go for, leaving behind what's not serving you, and then saying yes to things that scare the crap out of you, right? That's what I mean by going for the opportunities around you. If they scare you, even better to go for those, because when you get them, it's like, oh yes, like I represented myself in a way enough to have people trust me because I am valuable and I know it and I'm really good at what I do and I know that, right? But it takes the courage to pull that out. And it was funny when I had to interview for it, I thought, oh gosh, I haven't had an interview in so long. But yeah, it was just very, very funny. Funny experience altogether. I had to do a resume and all that stuff. So all these little hurdles that I may have been like, I'll do it later. No, do it right now. Like anytime you see opportunities like that, set aside a time that day, whether it's not right now, but that day. Don't leave your desk till it gets done because that's how things get working here. Cool. Yes, Gabriella, you're welcome. Thank you for asking that question. Appreciate that. Yeah, so anyway, that is what I have for today is the, it's like celebrations, wins, and actions that you can take that get you out of a slump into this, oh yeah, I am good. Oh yeah, I can serve people. Oh yeah, like there's no way I can talk to this many people in a month and not have something amazing come out of it, right? And as long as what you're doing feels like a win-win, it's pretty easy to promote, right? I'm giving them a direct result that they're going to get as a result of this session, and it's a gift, and it feels like a gift. Another caveat I'm going to say about that is I did cancel a couple appointments that people had booked that were just not good fits. One of them, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't tell you the stories, but they just weren't a good fit. And although the guilty, there was a guilty part of me that was like, oh, I want to help everybody. And, I said this was open to everybody. It's like at the same time, if it's not a good fit, I'm not sure that I can really help them the way they wanted the help. And so I did cancel a couple of appointments. Another one, the person, the information she was gathering wasn't for her. It was for someone else in her life. And that is not a good fit. You can't, I'm not here to teach an intermediary. I'm here to teach the professional herself. And so I reached out 2 times to ask some specific questions to see if we could book a time like for all of us to talk together. I didn't even mention that. I just wanted to ask some more questions and get some more information. And the 2 emails that I sent were unresponded to. So I canceled the appointment and I sent an email and said, feel free to reschedule this when you have the time to respond to my emails. But until then, I'm not going to give up this slot for someone that I'm not sure it's a good fit. So make sure that you've got your boundaries, that you stick to the time frame, and that you know that you're serving your ideal people. And that comes with the clarity, of course, when you're offering it, it's, who's it for and what's the specific thing that they're going to get. So again, the focused effort, adding value in groups, really showing up as an expert, right? Bringing that karmic energy to you, around you of, yes, I'm an expert. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I may be in a sales slump, but I'm going to put myself out there energetically. And I'm going to say some affirmations that remind me of my truth instead of letting the gremlins get the best of me. And then going for the opportunities that are all around you, because they are. It is a part of my foundational system roots, right? One of the O's is opportunities. It is the biggest way to get results is to say yes to the opportunities around you, whether they scare you or they're simple. It's letting people know in your life what you're good at, right? Like the reason I got that sales gig is because I told them that is something I love doing. And if they ever need help with sales in the back of their room, to let me know, right? If I hadn't have said that, they may not have asked me. Okay. So those are my tips for getting out of your sales and leads slump, let's make sure February is not over. You have 7 days to turn things around, to get more leads, start tracking them, like be so consistent and persistent with your efforts over the next 7 days. I guarantee you things will turn around. All right, so I want to know, what was your biggest takeaway? Put that in the comments below. Tell me your biggest takeaway from today, and tell me the action you're going to take over the next 7 days that's going to bring you in more leads than you could have imagined if you kept doing what you're doing right now, which might or might not be, sitting around feeling a little sorry for yourself. So wipe your tears, get your energy up, get some exercise, do some affirmations, tune into YouTube videos, watch this one again, take my energy, because I have all this amazing energy right now. Take it and run with it, and help yourself out. So, all right, awesome. Set your limits. Sometimes, yep, you're right. Sometimes it is hard. But 7 days before February's over, get on it. Let me know what happened. If you want to talk to me about how I might be able to support you in your business, comment or send me a PM. I've got a couple of slots opened for one-on-one mentorship, and I'm super excited to work with the action takers that are ready to make 2019 their literal best year ever. All right. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for being here. Bye.